Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and that was San Francisco Bay Area guitarist Jim Nunally playing on this lovely new Taylor 517E. I had Jim here in the studio helping me out, shooting some lessons for our Western Swing Fiddle course with Chad Manning, where he's playing backup. So thanks to Jim for that. This new Taylor 517E is part of 3 new 500 series guitars that Taylor just added to their catalog recently. You may remember that last year Taylor sort of revamped the 500 line, which traditionally had been a mahogany guitar, to use urban red ironbark back and sides. And that is, of course, a significant step for Taylor guitars. Urban ironbark is a wood that is sourced locally in Southern California. It's part of a program that Taylor is involved with to create some alternative wood sources. And of course, in the case of the urban ironbark, it's a wood that is completely renewable and that comes from urban forests in the San Diego, California area. Taylor compares the wood to Indian rosewood. It's a very dense wood, easy to work with, very stable, and I might add also quite attractive. In the case of these 500 series guitars, the wood has a slight edge burst stain to it, and just a very, very nice material to look at as well as to listen to. So let's talk about this guitar. There was a 517 that was part of the original Grand Pacific Taylor lineup. Of course, that was a mahogany and spruce guitar. The Grand Pacific is, of course, Taylor's slope shoulder dreadnought design that replaced their previous dreadnought design a few years ago. And Taylor's really run with this design, and the Grand Pacifics have found a lot of fans, especially with flat-picking guitarists and people who are looking for a powerful guitar, versatile guitar. It's great for strumming and those types of playing styles. In the case of this guitar, we already mentioned the urban ironbark back and sides. It is matched with a torrefied Sitka spruce top, wide grain on this particular piece of wood, very even, very nice looking. Again, it has an edge burst treatment to this. Just gives it a very attractive appearance, in my opinion. We have ebony for the fingerboard and bridge on the guitar, standard Taylor bridge, and the appointments are pretty much in line with what 500 series Taylors have always been. We have the tortoise-style pickguard, we have tortoise-style binding on the guitar, white purfling, we have a abalone rosette, single ring rosette, and the fingerboard inlay on this guitar is what Taylor calls the Marquise pattern. Of course, we have Taylor's enclosed chrome tuners on the guitar, and the instrument also includes the ES2 electronic package with controls here in the upper bout and the pickups mounted behind the saddle. The Grand Pacific guitars were among the first Taylor guitars to introduce the V-Class bracing a few years ago, and of course this is no exception. It's got the V-Class architecture under the hood, so to speak, gives it that great clarity, big dynamic range. If I'm digging in with the pick a little bit more, so very powerful guitar, definitely has a lot of headroom. You could really dig in with this guitar. It's set up with medium strings from the factory, and of course, like all Taylors, has fairly low action. So if you were really playing it hard, you might want to raise the action a little bit. It's not something you say a lot, but Taylor guitars do tend to come set up very easy playing. So having a big dynamic range, of course, also means a lot of versatility. So you can play fingerstyle on the guitar. So, of course, it has that Taylor vibe with the great clarity, the great high-end, the great brilliance, but packaged in more of a vintage-style slope shoulder dreadnought format. So it's great to see Taylor expanding the use of the urban ironbark on this revamped 500 series. As I mentioned, this particular guitar is part of 3 new guitars that were introduced recently. Besides this 517E, there's also a 512 CE 12 fret and a 552 CE 12 string, and both of those are grand concert style instruments. I already did a demo of those a few weeks ago, so you can go back and check that out. And also, if you're interested in learning more about Taylor's use of these urban woods, check out my videos that I shot at the Taylor factory with Taylor's Andy Powers, discussing how they're implementing some of these materials and what they're looking for with those, and sort of what the future holds for these alternative materials in Taylor's lineup. So that's the Taylor 517E. If you're seeing this on YouTube, consider checking out pegheadnation.com, where we not only offer lots of gear demos, but also offer courses and lessons for all the roots music stringed instruments, not just guitar, but if you're playing mandolin, banjo, ukulele, all those instruments, we have courses for you, so come over and check them out. My name is Teja Gerken. Please come back and see us soon.